Hi everybody, this is Ernie, the mature conservative. You know, I'm one of those guys that when I see the flag I get a real nice warm feeling. I love watching it wave against a blue or a clouded sky. I get a little teary when they play the national anthem and I put my hand over my heart or take my hat off. I get a little teary also if I hear the word taps or see a flag draping a casket. That's the kind of patriot that I am, or at least that I try to be. And I have a lot of trouble watching people and seeing people and hearing people disregard the flag and trying to stop the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem, even the flag itself. I don't understand how a country who has gone through what this country has gone through, and with the history that we have, how someone could look at that flag and say that it was socialist or racist or any of the other words that people use. I don't understand that. I just chalk it up to ignorance, okay? But that flag means more to me and to an awful lot of Americans than it seems to some of the younger people. And I think probably the cause of that is that they're not teaching history anymore. There's no history in high schools. There's no history in colleges by some of these left-wing professors. These people, I'm not sure why they hate the country. I can't explain it, but we all know that they do. All you gotta do is watch any one of the major TV stations or MSNBC or CNN. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that in because a lot of stuff is going on right now. We've got Governor Northern in Virginia who had his he had his little show kind of come to an end yesterday because all the patriots that were in Virginia, all of them that showed up in Richmond, were polite, patriotic, nonviolent, and as a matter of fact, they even cleaned up their mess after they left. Now, the anti-gun people was a little bit different. There was a little bit left to clean up because they don't respect the flag. They don't respect the country, and they don't respect the word patriotism or the Constitution of the United States. And they don't know anything about the Second Amendment. I think these people, I think they get lost if they have to read something as long as the Second Amendment, which is what? 6 lines, 7 lines maybe. But anyway, that's part of the problem in our country now. No respect, no patriotism. And if you do show patriotism, then you're considered a clown or a racist or a homophobe or a xenophobe or all the phobes that they've got. Hell, I can't list all of them here. We don't have time. And then you got people like like Bernie Sanders and some of his people. I guess this came out through Project Veritas. One of his people said that if Bernie's elected, then we're going to have some GOP re-education camps. Now, for those of you who don't know a lot about history, Russia had many, and still do, re-education camps. So does China. So did Castro and his little Cuba. Almost any socialist or any communist country, that's pretty much what they do, especially China. They have re-education camps. You could spend years in a re-education camp. I guess I don't understand why the Pledge of Allegiance bothers so many people, but I do know that in Bladen County, North Carolina, I believe, some of the Dems on the city council decided that if anyone attempted to stand up, place their hand over their heart, and say the Pledge of Allegiance, the cops would be called on them. Now that's where we are. That's where we are in this country, and that's really sad. For example, look at the Dems. The Dems are trying to impeach the president for crimes that Joe Biden committed. And the fact that he's also running for president, it's kind of well, as one of my granddaughters would say when they were younger, it's kind of a conundrum. How can you prosecute one man for another man's crimes. But that is where the Democratic Party is, and that is where the liberals are. They're so far left now. They've got people like Ocasio and Tlaib and Omar and Schumer and Pelosi and all these people. I still don't understand what they would gain by having socialism. I guess they all think they're going to be top dogs if this country turns to socialism. I got news for them. It's not going to happen. It certainly isn't. This country certainly is not going to be led by Schumer or the grandiose liar Adam Schiff. Anyway, I wanted to make a quick point about patriotism. We need more patriotism in this country. Like I said before, we have a very long history. A lot of blood and a lot of lives have been lost and shed for this country. I wish there could be a movement, and I don't know who can start it, but I'd be with it if you started it, to start a movement to reintroduce actual, real history into the schools and the colleges, especially the colleges. Some of these kids come out of college and they don't know anything about history. They can't even tell you when the Declaration of Independence was. They can't tell you what the Civil War was about. They can't tell you how many stars are in the flag or how many states there are in our country. Some of them can't even find the United States on a map. If you watch some of these on-the-street shows on television, you'll be saddened. You'll be really saddened by some of the stuff that goes on. It's sad to believe that in this day and age of the availability of information and the easy way it is to just get online and find something out, that so many of these people are ignorant of what this country is all about and where we came from and what we mean to each other. You know, we talk about the bad guys quite a bit in this, but I'll tell you what, there are a lot of really good people out there and a lot of really good patriots, people who love and would die for this country, myself among them, who would die for the first, second, third, for any of the amendments, all right? But you want to remember that if we ever lose the Second Amendment, all the other amendments are gone. They're trashed because guns were not made. The Second Amendment was not written for us basically to defend ourselves against each other. The Second Amendment was basically written on the premise that the government was not going to take away our right to bear arms. And we will be able to keep arms because if a tyrannical government pops up, we have arms. That's pretty much why so many Jewish people during the Second World War, during the Holocaust, voluntarily, well not voluntarily, but actually walked and were pushed into the boxcars to take to the concentration camps. They had no weapons. Hitler had taken the weapons away. This story has repeated itself in many, many, many countries, in China and Russia, Venezuela, places like that. So we need to get on the road, we need to get on the train, and we need to say, okay, we need to revamp the history that is taught to our kids. And we also need to re-educate maybe some of the teachers. I know there are really good teachers out there. We're just not hearing from a lot of them. So you good teachers need to step up and quit being afraid of the big union and start teaching our kids, our young ones and our young adults, what this country is all about. This is a wonderful country. It's 240 some years of one of the best things that's ever happened in the entire world. So I want to say this in closing. God bless the United States. God bless the history of the United States. And God bless all the patriots and all the first responders, our police and our medical people and our policemen, our soldiers, and everybody in the Navy, the Air Force, all of those branches of service. God bless them all. And also, God bless our president. He's doing a pretty good job considering with all the blowback that he's getting from the people who absolutely and truly do hate this country. So God bless America. God bless you all out there. And I'll see you on the next trip. Thank you. Bye-bye.